Hi guys, it's Bscat here. Welcome to the first episode of my newest show, One-on-One with Bscat. Tonight I'm interviewing...
What's going on, guys?
So I guess the first question is, how did you become who you are today? How did you become Scataboi?
Whole bunch of shit. Fell on my head, did drugs, got rejected, and just rapped through all of it, and just talk about my stories and, pretty much that.
How did you get into rap, though? Like, what made you
I actually used to... Sorry to cut you off.
What made you one day, I guess, wake up and say, I want to be a rapper? Like, you have to have, like, an inspiration.
Well, in grade 11, I was going to school, but I was kind of dabbling on whether I wanted to be a rapper or a wrestler. At the time, I really wanted to be a wrestler, but I started getting into rap around grade 11. And in grade 11, I got a serious concussion, and that kind of scared me away from the wrestling world. And I just started just being more creative and going the rap direction, and just got into a bunch of rappers. Skipped class, sat on the bus to and from the station, listening to DMX documentaries, just getting inspired by, the Jay-Z's and the Redmans and the Eminems and the 50 Cents,
Okay. How did you learn how to rap?
It took me a very long time. I actually put out a song in high school, my first song, and it was like the joke of the school. Everybody was laughing at it. Everybody was making fun of it. I wasn't on beat. The beat was horrible. I made the beat, but it was just like, saying amateur would be, I can't think of the word, but saying amateur would be, it wasn't even amateur. It was below amateur. It was like horrible. And a lot of people made fun of it and laughed at it. And, I guess I didn't like that. So I really, really tried to study the shit and listen to a lot of rap and figure out how, the best rappers did what they did. And at the time, I was doing co-op at the YMCA, and this is when I first got into rap. And instead of collecting the towels and cleaning machines, I would literally be writing rhymes and asking the people who worked at the YMCA, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I guarantee if you went back to the Scarborough YMCA and bumped into Kevin, and you're like, yo, you remember Eli the rapper? He'd be like, yo, that guy used to have new bars for me every single day. And he's a very polite guy, so he probably won't tell you that they were really bad at the time, but they were horrible. And I don't know, I was around a lot of tough love and a lot of people who I wasn't a popular kid. So it wasn't like if I started rapping and it was generic shit, people would be like, yo, whatever, it's Eli, it's cool. We like him, he's cool, he's popular. So, it wasn't like that. I wasn't cool. I had to really show them I was a good rapper to get that respect. So, I feel like that's why I rap the way I rap now. Not saying I'm the best, but I went through a lot of tough love and shit. So, yeah.
So nobody actually taught you how to rap? Because
no.
This guy right here can rap super fast.
Thank you.
Show us an example.
An example?
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but...
This isn't one of my fastest flows, but you want me to spit a verse?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Make videos so the city knows my witty flows. I'm pretty pro. Feel shitty, though, for crap I've said in the past. Surprised I'm getting a pass. A second chance is what I'm trying to receive from all my people. I'm not evil. That's what I tell myself as I look up at the steeple, at the cathedral, doing confession, talking to the priest with so much to mention. People think I deserve a detention. I'm already serving it with all this depression. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nothing's changing. Feeling crappy every day and getting impatient. A mental patient who just happens to be like the hottest free agent, making creations that'll be timeless, trying to get his money out the motherfucking minus. This music is therapy, and I know that I fucked up terribly, but I'm asking you all to bear with me because I'm writing my wrongs when I'm writing my songs. I'm deeper than deep dish pizza. Call me Caesar, king of the game. Standing out in a time where everything is the same, the bling and the chain. I think it's a shame that I don't got a buzz and that they got a whip and I stand on the bus. An open door is what I'm hoping for, and I dream I'm the artist that Canada loves.
See, guys, I told you. So
that's more technical, more like big rhymes. Yeah. It wasn't one of my faster verses, but I feel like the syllables were there,
Right. So I guess nobody really taught you how to rap, right? Like, you just basically taught yourself.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like, you didn't really have, like, a music teacher that like, taught you how to rap kind of thing?
No.
Because, like, I know, like, a lot of like, singers and stuff, they learn how to sing, like, sing, actually. Like, they go to a vocal academy and they sing. So you taught yourself how to rap, eh?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I am going to touch on this now because we do need to get personal. You did say that, like, you were into drugs and shit, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us... I know there's a lot of stuff that, like, you can't say because, like, we've obviously talked about this off of camera. Tell us a bit about that experience and how you quit using the drugs, I guess, and how you've cleaned yourself up since then.
That experience is really wild.
What kind of drugs were you using, and how did you get into drugs? Like, I know it's a large question, but...
I'm going to be honest, if you consider weed a drug, a lot of people don't.
It's
not, okay.
It's medicine.
But, yeah, it's medicine. So, the drugs I did, I'm just going to be straight up and tell you, some acid, some shrooms. That's how it kind of started. But then I got into the crystal meth and the heroin, and that's when my life really took a downward turn. And that was a pretty scary period of my life. I started smoking weed in 2016. And I went from weed to crystal meth in a matter of months. And it was just one extreme to another. And I can't even describe and explain the way that I was thinking and feeling while on these drugs. I must say I was super creative, but I do not think the creativity was worth the impaired judgment while being on these drugs. And I did a lot of things I regret, and I can't take them back. What's done is done, but I've been sober for a while. I drink my beers, I smoke my occasional spliff, but, I think I've been on the right track. I'm working on my music and shit, trying to stay positive. How did I get off the drugs? Well, I'm not going to get into detail, but I had some legal problems, and it was pretty much like, I went through some things that made me have to really dig deep and look at myself and be like, is this really the way I want to go? And, I read a story about this skater named Brandon Novak. And he had a lot of potential, and a lot of people could say he could be the next Tony Hawk. And he ended up doing drugs, and he gave up his dreams. And he's doing well now. He has a child, he's a motivational speaker, but a lot of people say that if he stuck with skating, he could have been really huge. And over the years, I've had a lot of people praise my talent and tell me that I have potential. So why would I want to let drugs ruin all that? And I really started thinking, and I guess some of the music I was listening to at the time was kind of influencing it. I was listening to Nirvana and stuff, and they're great. Kurt Cobain's a legend, but I kind of switched the music I was listening to, changed the company I was keeping, and got help. I got help, and the help came from legal issues, unfortunately. However, if I didn't get in trouble with the law for doing stupid things, I probably would have still been doing things, and I learned my lesson the hard way, but at least I learned. So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else was I gonna say? Let's talk about how we met. In fact, we do have audience members. We do have Troublemaker, but we will get to him in a bit because he has a couple questions. How did we meet, Eli? I know how we met.
One day I was chilling with Troublemaker, and we were walking along the Danforth, and we were looking for beers and shit, and we were going into game stores, and we were just chilling, and Troublemaker was like, yo,
I didn't know that.
I gotta be, I forgot what time he had to be at Coxwell Station, but he's like, I gotta be at Coxwell Station for, I think, 6:30 or something like that. And I was like, why? He's like, well, I'm doing this thing called Ride Along with Brandon and Brandon. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we ended up, chilling for a while. It was probably like 4:30, and we had a few hours to kill. So we got a few beers, and we sat down in this park, and Brandon and Brandon, you, ended up coming along.
B-Man the Champ is the other
B-Man
Brandon.
the Champ and Bscat, which is
Me.
you. Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows who I am.
Yeah, like, you came along, and, you were picking up Daniel, and I was like, yo, is there room in the car? And you were super generous, Bscat. You were like, yeah, I think you can come along. Yeah, there's room. You're going to have to squeeze in, but, there's room. And we just kicked it from there. We filmed the ride along.
Dougie was there, too.
Dougie was there, too, yeah.
So it was a tight fucking...
It was pretty tight, but,
yeah.
we drove around. We talked about wrestling. We did some fun shit, and... we went to Walmart, and Dougie bought some action figures, and it was just a good time, you know what I mean? So, and ever since that, we've just been cool, man. We've been vibing. We chill. Right. You know both my parents, you're more than welcome at my house anytime, and everything's been great since then. You're a good friend. So, yeah, man, and thanks for Trouble for, being around to introduce me to these cats, because, you guys are family, so.
Yeah. Well, that actually leads us to our next topic. If you guys have seen my Facebook, you've met his dad. He's a really, really nice guy. Hugh is his name. Tell us a bit about your dad. So he was a musician, or is a musician. I don't know if you know much about his history, about him being a musician, and how much you're allowed to share, because I don't know if there's anything going on. Can you talk to us a bit about, has he influenced you to become a better musician?
Well, I'm going to be honest. He doesn't...
how has he?
Okay, so I don't know. He's very honest, and he doesn't know a lot about the technique of rapping and the syllables and the flows and the concepts. So sometimes I'll rap some out there shit to him, and he'll be like, "That's fucking ridiculous, man." And I can't blame him, but he doesn't understand certain aspects of it. However, he is a musician, and he's been doing music for years, since he was young. He used to be in bands, and he knows what's hot and what's not, what's good and what's shit. And, in the learning stages of my rapping, I'm still learning, but in the earlier stages, years and years ago, I would come to him with music, and he would tell me straight up, like, this sucks. You're not flowing. Your voice is too light, And now... he doesn't really like all of my lyrical content, but he's like, "You're a pretty good rapper. I admit it. You're good." Like, so I feel like if he didn't tell me over the years, like, this sucks, work on this and whatnot, and if he wasn't brutally honest, maybe I wouldn't have gotten better. I've learned from so many people, and I've gotten so much advice. So he's not the only one, but I do credit him for being tough on me and never giving me a pat on the back for no reason. So yeah.
Yeah, and I actually think your dad does understand rap, but not this current stage of rap. Like, rap, like, nowadays is, like, a lot of the same stuff, like, with the Drakes and stuff like that. All it's about is the bling-bling and the fancy cars. Now, my favorite era, because, of course, all of us in here are actually 90s era rap, the Dr. Dre's, the Snoop Dogg's,
the Tupacs,
Eminem's,
the Biggies.
Eminem's on the borderline of good and bad rap.
No, Eminem's a good rapper.
Yeah, but
he's on the borderline of 90s rap.
His stuff's a little
he's on the borderline of 90s rap, but he's an amazing fucking rapper. But he
actually came onto the scene, and he just did this completely different vibe.
Which is a good thing.
Snoop Dogg was all about, like, the California love, smoking weed. Like, that's how it was on the West Coast. And then you had, like, an Eminem who was a white kid from frickin' Michigan and doing all this weird fucking shit. And people were just looking at him like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Right? Yeah. So he actually came on the scene in the late 90s, and he really started doing weird stuff. Bands like him, the Insane Clown Posse, same thing. Who the fuck are these guys? And everybody hated them at the time. So, yeah. So, like, you had, like, your West Coast vibe, which was all the same. Like, you had your guys out there, your rappers out there. And then you had, like, your Michigan guys, and it's like, what the fuck are these guys doing, right? Yeah, so, like, exactly. And you're, like, inspired off of that style.
I am.
Like that.
I am.
I don't want to call it weird rap, but, like, it's just a different style.
Out there
like, it's
rap.
not, like...
abstract shit.
Not, like, quote-unquote gangster rap, you know what I mean? Like, the West Coast vibe stuff, like, as I call it, the West Coast vibe. But, yeah, like, it's very different, and, like, you're not associated with any gangs, obviously. And yeah, like... there's a fan base for your style of music.
I really hope so.
It's just more of an underground base, and you don't really hear about a lot about that, which is weird because like the mainstream media don't actually cover that because they don't see that as very, you know what I mean. But anyways, I'm trying to think of another question I could ask you. Actually, you know what? Let's get to some questions from our, quote, audience. Trouble, do you have some questions about anything that he talked about or anything that you just want to ask in general?
Well, guys, yes.
I don't know if you can be seen, but yeah.
I have no idea if I can be seen, but if you can hear my voice,
Yep, you're on there.
I'm your boy Troublemaker right now, representing True Juggalos 2.0. Whoop whoop. So check this out, Mr. Scataboi. We actually got a question here coming in from the worldwide internet, and we understand you like to rap about a lot about the ladies and whatnot. So here's my question to you: when did you lose your V card?
At 19, and I'm not going to go into detail and talk about who it was or where it was, because the person was actually in one of my videos. But yeah, I was 19. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, that is awesome. We have a second question here. Actually, it relates back to something you said a little bit earlier. How you made a song in high school that didn't go over so well, but hey, at least it trended, right? So what was the name of that song?
People That Talk, with Young Aiden.
People That Talk.
The chorus went, the people that talk aren't the people that fight, because the people that fight are the people that write, and the people that write aren't the people that talk, because the people that write are the people that walk.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty catchy chorus.
Yeah, but it was offbeat. Thank you, but it was really offbeat.
Okay. Maybe you can remaster it one day.
That's what Aiden said. He's like, we should redo that and just rub it in people's face. Like, y'all made fun of this song and look at it now. It's sick. I don't know. We're not on speaking terms right now, but never say never.
No, true that. All right, so there's a lot that was actually covered here throughout majority of your interview. I guess I would just go to one final question from the people here. So, are you gay?
Let me think about that.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, I'm not. I love gay people. I have gay friends. I support gay people 100%, but I'm not gay. I don't think I'd be going to these extremes trying to get at Emma and getting in trouble for being too attached to women if I was gay. But, you know, that's no knock on the gay community at all.
No.
I'm just not gay.
Okay, yeah, no, that was just a question that came in from the worldwide internet, so sorry if that threw you off in any way or manner. The next one, the people actually want to know, what are your social media platforms and where can they connect with you?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. Instagram, I really kind of used the wrong way. And I posted a lot of conceptual shit with like guns to my head and people with their brains blown out and just a lot of psychotic looking pictures. And not a lot of people really understood where I was going with it. And it kind of turned people off. So when I put my music out, since I lost so much of my audience, they weren't really able to hear it and connect it and be like, okay, this may have been what he was thinking when he posted that. But to answer your question, sorry for diverting so much. Instagram, I guess. I mean, I'm not Chromez. I don't have that Instagram following. Yeah, I'm not Chromez. I don't have boobies and an ass. I have an ass, but it's not attractive like hers. I'd love to have sex with Chromez. But yeah, I don't have no Chromez following, but I do have a Spotify and a YouTube, and if you want some good hip-hop, you can go check that out. That's all I got. And Facebook, but, you know, I've been in Facebook jail quite a few times, and I don't know. The Facebooks and Instagrams are okay to me, but to me it's about the music. Like, what are you bringing? How do you rap? What are your concepts? Can you flow? What's your syllable game like? You know, like, what's your message? Shit like that. But, yeah, I ain't Chromez.
Any more questions from the peanut gallery?
Okay, wow, yeah, no, you had a lot to say about Chromez right there. Shout out Chromez. Holding it down.
Shout me out, Chromez, I should say.
Yes.
You know, holding it down for the Toronto.
Imagine
scene.
Chroma's getting on a song and saying, "Dada boy, Scataboi." Boom.
You know what? You don't know what the future holds, but
I doubt it.
you know, speaking of social media with Toronto artists such as Chromaz, who are some Toronto artists that you would actually like to connect with and potentially, you know, make a track with?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't pay too much attention to Toronto rappers. I'm into the Cannabises, the Nas's, the Tech Nines, the Bazaars, the, you know, like I have the artists that I listen to, and as far as Toronto artists go, I work with Troublemaker, I work with K-Wits, I work with Sin.
The guy in the back seat who's asking all the questions.
I work with Sin, I work with Stretch, I work with Jay Maroon, and those are the Toronto artists that I fucks with, you know? They might not have that Drake buzz, but, you know, we're building, and I'm building with them, and those are the people I focus on, just making good music with them. So as far as Toronto artists go, it's them. Everyone on 12 rounds, plus Sin.
I got a question. Who the fuck is Cannabis?
One of the greatest rappers that ever lived.
No one's heard of him, dude.
A lot of people have heard of him. If you go to any hip-hop head, any rap conversation, and you mention Cannabis, they'll know who Cannabis is. Second round knockout.
Okay, anyone who's watching this, comment below. Do you know who Cannabis is? Let's take a vote.
And if you don't, you got to educate yourself on hip-hop.
Exactly. And also, let's talk about Bazaar, one of your influence, who's actually on one of your upcoming songs called Please.
Spoiler alert.
When does that song drop?
I'm not going to give...
Come on, you got to give us a spoiler. You got to give us a spoiler.
I can't tell you when it's going to drop because then if I say it's going to drop on this date and I deal with some setbacks, people are going to be like, oh, it's late, you know what I mean? Okay. So
I tried, folks.
Yeah, there's work with Bazaar, you know, look out for that, but I'm not promising any due date.
And I will just say this, I've heard it. It's a very, very good song. And he does make some interesting comments on the song. It will be released. I will be, of course promoting it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and let's talk a bit about him. How did you get to working with him?
Through
And how did you get him on your... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Hopefully you can do some more work with Bazaar in the future.
Yeah, man.
Because he seems like a very interesting
Hopefully we can do some work with Eminem one day. Not to downplay Bazaar, but like hopefully this leads to other opportunities.
He might be watching this right now.
Yeah, man. I hope this leads to opportunities and I can work with my inspirations, my idols, because that would be fucking great.
So, you know what? To me, because I don't know if anyone else has any questions, I do want to leave with this one thing. Let's say one of your idols is actually watching this. Eminem, Cannabis, Bazaar are watching this right now. What would you tell them? And look into this camera, straight into this camera right now, and tell them, what do you want them to know about Scataboi?
I would just say, pay attention to my lyrics, listen very closely, and if I'm not your thing, then even though you're one of my idols, you know, you don't have to fucks with me, you don't have to sign me, you don't have to rate me, you don't have to show me that love, but I have studied all of you, and I do believe I'm bringing a lot to the table, and if you sit down and pay attention, I feel like there will be at least one or two things that might impress you somewhat. And if they don't, you know, I'd say keep watching because I'm always trying to improve, and you might not like something today, but you might like it, you know, on the next project, and just take notice. That's what I would say. And thank you for, you know, being my mentors and teaching me how to do what I do.
I totally agree with you. Sorry, I do have one more question. I know I'm so disorganized. Your old stuff. Let's talk about that, guys. Where do they find your old stuff? I'm so sorry.
Toronto Made Music with no spaces. So Toronto...
YouTube account.
Toronto Made Music with no spaces.
His old stuff, folks, he looks nothing like this. He actually looks good. He's young.
I'm ugly?
I didn't mean it like that, but anyways, he was younger. Anyways.
I was younger. I didn't do as many drugs, and that was pre-depression.
Yeah. But honestly, folks, he had over 80,000 views on one video. Not lying to you. go and check that out. So I guess my question is, how did you get so big back then?
Back then I didn't really burn bridges, and it was kind of straight out of high school, and I still had, you know, I gained respect in high school rapping. I did a show at the Hooli, and that was like a talent show for my high school, and a lot of people respected me. And it goes back to what I said about working at the YMCA or doing co-op there, rapping to the people all the time. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I think people saw the hunger, and every day I was rapping to, you know, classmates and just anyone in my high school in the hall, just with a new verse every day. And I feel like they saw the hunger, and I went from just doing that to shooting music videos about a year and a half later, and everybody in high school was kind of close still. So I feel like, you know, everybody kind of gave me that positive energy. But, you know, I kind of got sidetracked for a few years, and I kind of expressed myself in negative ways, and I feel like I lost a lot of eyeballs, a lot of viewers, and I don't feel like I've gotten worse as a rapper. I feel like I've gotten better, but I feel like less people are watching because I've kind of turned people off with some of my behavior, and I'm kind of trying to change that. And, you know, like I said, right direction. Life happens. People go through things. I went through some shit, but I'm doing better now. I'm around good people, and, you know, I hope that there's people out there that want to hear my stuff, and that's all I can say.
Okay, yeah, guys. Thank you for being my first guest.
Anytime. Thank you for interviewing me.
Anytime, buddy. Okay, folks, that's it for now. Peace.